Good morning everybody, and welcome back to the first video of 2023. Mad. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas and a really good New Year, and I really do hope that 2023 brings a lot of people everything that they've ever dreamed of and a really happy and healthy new year. I honestly cannot believe that we are in 2023. Like, I just don't know where the time's gone. If I'm being completely honest, I really wasn't ready to leave 2022 behind because it was a very, very emotional roller coaster last year. There were so many happy memories, and along the way we did lose a few incredible people, which unfortunately they haven't made it into 2023. And yeah, it was one of those where I wasn't quite ready. Obviously I gave birth to Lennox last year, and with him being my final baby, I just wasn't ready to close that chapter. But we have so much to look forward to this year and so many goals, which in true style, this video is my 2023 goals and habits that I want to achieve and introduce this year. So without further ado, we're going to get into today's video. So I haven't really set many goals this year, if I'm being completely honest, just because I feel like I set so many last year that I didn't fully complete them all, and I just felt really disappointed with myself that I didn't actually achieve a lot of them. So I haven't actually got many for this year, but I have got a few, so let's get into it. So my first goal for this year is to get out of this flat. So as you guys know, over the past couple of years, since probably having Penelope, we have just outgrown this flat, and we have had so many ongoing issues that we have come to a point where we need to get out of here. So we have decided that we are going to come off the council and we are going to look privately, and that is our goal. Our biggest goal for this year is to get out of here, because with the conditions that we are living in, my kids are getting really poorly, and if I'm being completely honest, no one seems that bothered about it, and they're just sort of passing the buck around and passing the blame, and I am not willing to put up with that, and I'm wanting to give my kids a better living environment. So our goal is to get out of here. So hopefully before Lennox's first birthday, which is obviously August, we are hoping to be out of here. So we have been looking for quite a while now, and we've had a lot of up and down emotions because we found places and then people have put in their offers, or they've seen it before us and they have snapped it up just like that. So we have to be super quick when one comes up that we think might be perfect for us. So yeah, that is the first goal for this year, is to move out of here, and hopefully to do that by sort of like the end of summer if possible. I know it's going to come flying around, so we are really hoping to do so. My second goal for this year obviously revolves around social media. So as you guys know, I took a lot of time off sort of towards the end of last year, just because I just couldn't keep up with any of it, to be honest, because obviously Lennox has been up and down, and then he was really poorly, he was in hospital, and a lot of it just took a backseat. So I didn't film very much Christmas content, which obviously, you know me, I absolutely love autumn, winter and Christmas. And I just didn't get around to filming anything because I just didn't have the time, because Lennox was really unsettled, and having 3 kids now, like, I just sort of found it very, very difficult. And I know I say this every single year, but I really want to be consistent with it this year. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself and say, right, this is when I'm going to upload these days, because I cannot currently stick to a schedule. So it will be a case of just uploading when I can, which right now is going to work for me. And then hopefully as Lennox gets older, he will settle down a lot more. Like currently now, whilst I'm filming, he is happy sat in his little rocking chair and he is playing. Whereas if literally I tried to film a video back like literally a month ago, I wouldn't be able to, because he would just literally cry and cry and cry, which is pretty much what he's done since he's been born. But he is undergoing testing, so hopefully by the end of this year, well, middle of this year, we will have some sort of diagnosis for him. Which, yeah, I know that's completely going off topic, but yeah, I am really determined to stay consistent. I would absolutely love for this year to hit 1,000 subscribers. That is like the biggest goal for me this year. And with doing that, obviously I have to stay consistent, which I'm really going to try my best to do. And I know it's something that I say every single year, but I am determined, even across all my social medias, including Instagram and TikTok, just trying to be consistent with that. And obviously, like I said, we've got so much that we're hoping for this year, so I can take you guys along with me. And I really have just missed settling down and filming, because I feel like we've just missed out on so much. I absolutely love it. Like, it was one of my biggest hobbies, and it has been for the last 5 years, I think. Well, 5 years this year, I believe, because I think I started when I was 21. Maybe even a bit younger, maybe around 20. So it could even be almost 6 years. So yeah, I'm going to try my best. So that is kind of like the biggest goal again for this year. Another goal for this year is to lose some weight. Obviously, with having 2 kids back to back, my body has changed a lot, and I have noticed that I have gained quite a lot of weight, which is fine. Like, I've had 2 kids back to back, like that's not the problem. But now that I'm at a point where I kind of want to look after myself and I would like to lose a little bit of weight, I haven't actually weighed myself since after Lennox was born, which is something I need to do just to find out where I'm at. But my aim is to lose 3 stone this year. It might be a little bit more depending on when I do step on the scales. It could say that I weigh heavier, I could weigh less, so that could change. So it could be around 2 to 4 stone, just to get down to a happy weight. Like, I don't hate the way that I look, but I just know that I'm slightly on the bigger side now, and I would just love just to lose that baby weight and just feel a bit more comfortable and confident in myself. And that's something that I want to do for me. So that is another goal that I really want to achieve. Another one, which kind of links into the first one, is by the end of this year we would like to start saving to buy a house, because as much as renting works for us, going private, there is a slight more risk in private renting. So it could be a case that we could be moving quite a few times, depending on what kind of landlord we have, like our lease agreement, all that kind of stuff. So by the end of this year, I want to at least start saving to buy our own house, so that way we will have something that is our own. And I feel like doing this as well, like if we stay in that place as well for X amount of years, or, you know, that is our forever house, then we have something to pass down on to our kids as well. I just want something that they can have when we are no longer here. I know that sounds really morbid, and that's going to be a very long time away, but I just want them to have something for them that was once ours. So that is another goal. My final goal for this year is I want to start studying and eventually go off to university. So this is something I have been thinking about since pretty much after I had summer. I really want to study midwifery, and I can do the first part from home online, so I can get my diploma online at home, so I don't have to go physically anywhere to study that. Obviously, because I don't have any A levels, I need sort of like the equivalent to be able to even start university. And I really don't want to take out student loans either, so my aim is to obviously save to be able to pay for it myself. You can probably hear Lennox now kicking off, so I'm just gonna have to go check him. So he's all sorted. As I was saying, I would love to study midwifery, even if it's not for the next 10 years, but obviously this year also, on top of everything else, I would really like to start saving to be able to do that. I just want a complete different career change. Like, I'm currently self-employed, so business, it can be kind of slow, especially after Christmas, and it would just be nice to actually do something that is meaningful and something that I have really been interested in and would really enjoy doing, especially now that I'm no longer going to be having any more kids. It would be nice to see it and experience it with somebody else and be there on their journey to bring in their little bundles of joy into the world. So that is another goal that I would really like to get the ball rolling this year, because I just really want to start doing things for me as well. And obviously it will eventually, like obviously once I qualify and things like that, it will definitely benefit our family and what we're kind of able to do. So yeah, that's kind of the final goal. Like I said, I didn't really set many because I just really didn't want to be disappointed if I didn't reach them, and that's fine. So yeah, they're my goals. Moving on to habits that I want to introduce this year. Again, there really isn't many. I think there's literally like 2, and they pretty much tie in to my goals. So the first habit that I want to introduce this year is to do more things for me. So I once a month want to be able to like just leave the kids for a couple of hours with their dad or with family and just go and have my eyelashes done, or go shopping, or me and James go out for something to eat, or you know, go for a big hike somewhere. Like I really just want to start doing things for me once a month, because as you know, as a mum, you kind of take the back seat because you're trying to make sure everybody else in your household and that your kids have everything that they need, and making sure that you're looking after them and that kind of stuff. So you don't necessarily let yourself go, but you just don't have the time to do anything for yourself. And now that both the younger kids are a lot older now, they're definitely becoming a lot easier. So I would really just like to once a month just do something for me. And just, you know, start feeling myself again, obviously, which ties into like the weight loss in my goal. Like just start to feel more like me and not just mum. I just want to start feeling like Amy again. So that is the first habit that I really want to try and introduce this year. The second habit that I want to introduce this year is to make better eating choices, which again I think I pretty much put on my goals list, habit list, New Year's resolution most years. My cat's just decided to sit right next to the camera and I thought she was going to knock it off. But yeah, I think it's something that I pretty much say every year. Not that we eat bad, because we don't, but just making better choices with eating and also like how we get around. So we are quite lucky that we are very close to most things and we don't always take the opportunity to walk. Well, I do, except if it's raining. But I want to again introduce going on more walks, taking different routes and making the most of sort of where I live. And it's good for the mind, it's good for the body. And that kind of all ties in nicely with making better choices with food. Because again, when I do go out, I normally go into town and I'll go and get like a Greggs. Not that there's anything wrong with Greggs, because there really isn't. But just making better choices with food, because obviously, like I said, when I'm out and about, I don't always make the best choices with food. Like I just grab something quick. I need to start actually making proper meals. At tea time we always have a proper meal, but for me, for dinner, I normally skip it or I will just eat rubbish, and that's just something I really want to try and cut out. I have done a referral for myself to start Slimming World, but I have done that before and it's worked really well before, but I've kind of looked more into the dynamics and the logic of it, and it actually teaches really bad habits, and a lot of things that's maybe free on Slimming World or like a couple of sins actually has way more calories in. So yeah, just making sort of like better choices in that kind of sense. So I think I'm just going to go with calorie counting, but like I said, I need to weigh myself first because I have no idea how much I weigh. So that is the final habit, and that is going to go ahead and conclude today's video. I'd really love to know what your goals and habits and resolutions are for this year. If you have any, leave them down below and I will have a read through. I really do hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please do remember to click the thumbs up and smash the subscribe button down below, and I shall see you in a brand new video very, very soon. Bye guys.